Congratulations and welcome to Farm Rebel. If you made it this far, you're probably a farmer or rancher selling a meat product direct to consumer. So whether you're just getting started growing the direct to consumer side of your business, or maybe you've been in an operation for a while and you're looking to actually grow and scale beyond your current sales level. And either way, whatever side of the spectrum you're on, we're just glad you're here. And I'm going to share a few things with you today about our coaching program, Customers on Demand. We're going to talk about what it takes to succeed selling direct to consumer in today's environment, especially online. Over the last few years, we've had the honor and privilege of helping over 400 farm families increase their revenue, build the farmer ranch of their dreams, and finally leave a lasting legacy for the next generation. And that's all done through the model we teach, selling your meat product direct to consumer. And by the way, you can do all of this online, even if you hate technology, even if you feel like you're bad at sales, bad at marketing. Listen, what we teach in Customers on Demand is a complete system, not just an idea, not just a strategy, but a system that's taken hundreds of farmers from the field to actually being able to create this thing on their own without the need of hiring outside help, without the need of hiring freelancers or putting the fate of your business in the hands of some creative college kids. We help you own and control your direct-to-consumer system. We want to help you build that out so that you can take these marketing principles and apply it in your business for decades to come. But here's the problem. Most producers aren't getting to live their ideal farm lifestyle, right? Many who wish they could do this full-time are actually working 1, 2, 3 off-farm jobs just to support their family and just to keep doing this at all. So there's the multiple job aspect. Then the other aspect is you're selling dirt cheap. You're selling way under what your actual value for your product is. Now, that's more than we can handle in just a short video. That's really a block. It's really a mindset thing that we all kind of have to work through. But understanding what the value of what you do is to the right consumer and the right customer type is really going to help you charge the prices you should charge, be able to raise your prices. By the way, 80% of everybody that comes in our coaching program raises their prices once they see what it is they have and who's out there actively looking for it. So getting to charge the prices that you're worth, because let's be honest, when we're selling at such a low, cheap discount, we're not making money. In fact, most of us are selling ourselves out of business, right? That's the second part. So you're working multiple off-farm jobs, you're selling at dirt cheap prices, and when all else fails, you're taking your animals to the sale barn and kind of gambling on whether or not you're going to turn any bit of a profit, right? And that's quite a volatile way. I prefer to have a little more control over how much I earn, and you're completely out of control and at the whim of the market when you're taking animals to the sale barn. So those are the three things that are really in our way of creating the revenue we deserve, creating the business that we had in our heart to begin with, and actually having something we can leave for the next generation. So again, the enemies of selling direct to consumer really are working multiple farm jobs, selling at dirt cheap discounts, and relying on the sale barn or the auction house to move livestock. And if you've thought of a few more things of those aren't just the only things keeping me from being a profitable producer, that's because in a few minutes, you're actually going to hear some of the solutions that we have in our program that really, with a few tweaks, solve most of the problems we face as producers. Not just pricing, but where to find a customer, how to sell to that customer, how to handle processing, how to handle shipping, how to get outside of our neighborhood, how to scale beyond family and friends and grow a real business. Maybe you thought there's more to the issues that we're facing to do this full time. Fact of the matter is, we're going to solve some of those things for you, and just a few tweaks fixes a large portion of the issues we're facing as producers today. In Customers on Demand, our private coaching program for farmers and ranchers who want to sell direct to consumer, we've actually identified 4 pillars to success. And here's what that looks like in a nutshell. Now, these are high level, these are overview. There's obviously much more nuance, much more things to do, but there's really 4 pillars you have to get right. And here's why we're saying 4 pillars. Your business is gonna rise and fall on these 4 areas. And any one of these things that you're missing or out of whack really create an unstable stream of income for you. It prohibits you. It creates a barrier to your success. Here are the 4 pillars of direct-to-consumer meat sales. The first one is we need to identify and then go find our ideal customer. Did you know not everybody with a credit card who likes to eat is a good customer for you? In fact, most people aren't good customers for you. There's a small percentage of the population who is your dream customer. And as you're starting to grow into direct-to-consumer sales, it's really important that you focus on one customer type, your dream customer. So in the first pillar, we actually have 6 customer types that we've identified who prefer to pay premium prices, who are the easiest to work with, who already are aligned with who you are and your values and what you do in your farm or ranch business. And they're actively on the internet searching for someone like you right now. And so we've identified those 6 customer types in the program so that we can help you with the first pillar of identifying your dream customer and then finding where they gather online, which takes us to pillar number 2. Pillar number 2 is to get your dream customer onto your email list by adding value. Wait a minute, why are we talking email in today's day and age? Shouldn't we be talking about YouTube content, podcasting, TikTok videos, social media, going viral? The fact of the matter is, email has been working for the last few decades in terms of how to market to your customer. It's become the primary sales driver in most organizations. And here's why. 85% of farm-to-table meat products are actually sold through email. A recent study was done that discovered 50% of the adult population is making a purchase through email each and every month. I mean, could you imagine? That's a staggering statistic. Half of all adults are making purchases through email every month. So to say that focusing on email as your primary sales driver is an understatement, and that's why it's pillar number 2. So the second half of that is we need to give value in exchange for an email. People are a little careful with their emails these days. We've seen waves of spam. We've seen waves of scams. So we're really careful with who we hand our email to. And the number one way to get the email from your dream customer to build your list is add value. You increase the like, know, and trust factor. You show that you're aligned with their values and that you guys are going to have a great relationship together. Give them something of value in exchange for that email address. And we show you how to do that in the program. The second half of this pillar is to get your dream customer onto your email list. We want to give them value in exchange for that email address. Listen, we're really private with our personal information these days, right? You want to give them something of value in exchange for the email to help you grow your email list with your dream customers. Pillar number 3 is all about customer acquisition. We want to start presenting irresistible front-end offers to your list. So we're growing your email list with your dream customer. Now we want to position your product as a solution that once presented in an email, your email list, your ideal customer would feel foolish for not taking you up on your offer. And that's all about making your product not just a grocery option, but it now becomes a solution to a problem that your dream customer has. The fourth and final pillar is to deliver irresistible offers of higher value to increase LCV. What the heck does that mean? Maybe you've heard this before. It's actually cheaper and easier to retain a customer than to acquire a new one. If you've already sold your front-end offer to your list, those who've purchased are customers you've actually acquired. It's easier to now sell them more and more things than it is to go out and find new customers. Now, you should always be growing your email list. You should always be in a process of converting that list into customers. But now that you've started to get sales with that front end offer and those customers are finally acquired, we need to sell them more stuff, and not just the same thing over and over. We can actually start sending offers of higher value, essentially higher price tag, to increase the lifetime customer value, LCV. LCV is an important metric in every business to measure, because you need to know in the beginning, when you're getting your dream customer onto your list, how much is that lead going to be worth to you over a lifetime? Once you start engaging and transacting in the sales and marketing process, what is one of those customers worth? What are they worth to you? What's the average time they're with you? How long do they stick and stay and pay for your product? We need to know that number so that we can predictably generate income month after month, so we can have a healthy view of what it looks like to invest in acquiring new customers. But ultimately, the fourth pillar of building your direct-to-consumer meat sales is you need to send more offers to those who have proven that they want to purchase from you, and send them more offers, send them higher offers, send them offers more frequently, and increase the value of that customer to your business. Those are the guiding principles behind growing and scaling your direct-to-consumer sales for your farm or ranch. But the question is, since those are the guiding principles, what do you do with them? How does that actually shake out to finally start getting customers and start seeing that revenue increase, to start building the farm or ranch of our dreams, to leave that lasting legacy? What is it that we're actually doing with the 4 pillars? And so we actually walk our private clients through 7 steps. We half jokingly refer to it as the 7 steps to 7 figures, because this is what our most successful clients have done to literally break the 6 and 7 figure barrier in their farm or ranch. And here's what that looks like. We're going to start with, what are we doing to actually get the results? So the first one is this. You need clarity. You need clarity on who that dream customer is. You need clarity on who you're serving, why you're serving them, how you can help them. You need to be clear on your mission. Why are you even in this business? There's easier ways to make money, right? There's easier things you could be doing to be successful personally and for your family. So why is it that you wanted to build a farm or ranch and be in this industry? Those deeper meanings, the way you find purpose in that, is going to guide how you show up and how you serve your dream customer. This is really the first step in building that sustainable business, because if you don't know why you're doing it, you won't put in the work, you won't put in the effort, you won't become obsessed with succeeding in this business, and this will only ever be a hobby for you. This will only ever be break even. This will only ever be helping family and friends. And by the way, producing meat products for family and friends is not the same as building a business, because you actually can't scale support outside of your network. If that's what you want to do, this is probably not for you, because we are obsessed with serving our clients. We're obsessed with helping you serve your ideal customers. And so that would definitely be a conflict. If you're just in this for a hobby, if you just like hanging out with the animals, if you're not serious about marketing your business and building something that's real, something that's lasting, this probably isn't going to be a fit, because we are going to push. We want you to work just as hard on your business as we're working on your business with you. And so the first step, again, is clarity. Getting very clear on what you're doing, who you're serving, how you're serving, why you're doing it this way as opposed to that way. And so clarity is the first most important step you can take. By the way, right now in your business, if you start getting that level of clarity and you can kind of cut through and have that become evident for you, you're actually going to be much more successful even right now as you sit where you are. So get serious about those questions. But of course, we walk you through a process of figuring those things out for yourself and for your family. The second one is your pricing and your product. This is a tough one, because 80% of everybody who comes into our business actually needs to raise their prices. Right now where you sit, I bet if you raised your prices outside of the barrier of how do I do that? I don't know if I'm comfortable doing that. I don't know if I can sell it. I can't even sell it at this cheaper price point. If you got out of your head a little bit and you just raised your prices, you would actually be more successful right now. Now, that's again a huge barrier. We have to walk people through how to do that, how to feel good about doing it. But in this step, if you were just simply to raise your prices right now, no questions asked, no ifs, ands, or buts, no justifications, but raise your price, you would already be doing better. And so we want to help you figure out the right pricing for your business. And then we want to help you create your offer. We want to help you look at your product as an actual solution, not just a grocery option, a solution that helps your ideal customer, that's aligned with your ideal customer, where they're willing to pay a premium. And by the way, they're out there, they're actively looking for you. You're just not where they are, and you don't know how to talk to them yet. And so we're going to help you figure that out. We're going to help you get to them. We're going to help you get there. Step number 3 is we actually help you build your marketing funnel. What is a funnel, right? Well, a funnel isn't the latest social media trend. It's not a beautiful website. It's not even an e-commerce platform. A funnel is the entire system it takes to find strangers on the internet, convert them into buyers, and then transform them into lifelong customers. In a nutshell, that's all it is. But it takes an entire system. It's so funny. We have so many clients when they're coming in, they come in and they say, well, I already have a website. Well, a website isn't going to get you sales. We've seen people invest nearly $10,000 on beautiful websites, but then when they launch, it's crickets. They're not seeing the revenue. That's because you don't even need a website to build a 6 and 7 figure meat business. You need a funnel. And we help you build that on your own without needing to bring in outside experts, outside artists. We help you build it on your own in a way that helps you convert traffic into sales. Step number 4 is traffic. This is the art of finding your ideal customer where they're gathering on the internet and driving a stampede of people into your funnel to convert them into customers. It all starts with traffic. In the program, there's a few primary ways that we prefer to help you do that. The first one is we help you with digital ads, how to write, create, design, and launch an ad that will help you grow your email list. Now, obviously there's art to that, there's science to that, but you don't need to know computers to do it well. You don't need to be creative to do it well. We'll give you all of the templates it takes to pull off winning ads that help you scale your business, that help you scale your email list, and that help you ultimately convert into sales. And so it all begins there with that traffic component. So that first part is ads. The second part is you don't even need to pay to get traffic. If you can align with the right influencers, with the right business owners, people who already have the attention and focus of your ideal customer, we use their relationship and their credibility to promote you for free, to build your email list, and to ultimately start getting sales direct to consumer. Step number 5 is email marketing. Email, again, becomes the primary sales driver in your direct to consumer business. This is the ultimate when it comes to finally getting sales. And there's multiple things we teach you about this. Obviously, we've talked about building your list, but now that you have those mechanisms in place, what is it that we say and send to this list to actually start making the cash register ring? And the first thing we recommend is, at a bare minimum, you need to be sending a weekly newsletter consistently. In this newsletter, you're going to build your likability, your know and trust factor. Like, know, and trust. That's what it takes to sell to strangers on the internet. The more they like you, the more they know you, the more they trust you, the more likely they're going to spend money with you, especially if they're your true ideal dream customer. And so we help you set that up. We help you with content ideas. We help you automate this. So even if you hate writing, even if you hate computers, You can do this for yourself. You're not going to need to hire it out. You're going to own this. You're going to own your customer list. You're going to own what it takes to actually get sales from them. And you're going to own the relationship, which is the number one asset in a direct-to-consumer business. You might think that your acreage is your number one asset, maybe the animals, maybe the equipment. You might even think your knowledge and your experience is your number one asset, but the number one asset in any sales-driven business, such as a farm-to-table meat business selling direct-to-consumer, the number one asset is your relationship with your customer list. Step number 6 is optimization. By now, we've helped you build out your entire funnel. We've helped you build out your entire system. Now we're going to start looking at some numbers that are going to be indicators of little tweaks we can make to get your sales really cooking. This process is done over and over with every change that you make so that you're not just guessing at what you're building. You can actually predict down to the dollar what revenue you're going to generate, how much profit you're going to make, and the dials you need to turn and the levers you need to pull to make that happen consistently. Yes, that can be done. There was a time in history when that couldn't be done. You would run a newsprint ad, you would run a radio ad, and you'd have no idea if it was working. Maybe you could tell if you had some sales. But beyond a few sales, from zero to those first few sales, you would have no idea if what you were doing was even worth the investment. Not today. Today, each platform that you build on, each section of your overall system comes with its own unique set of data, with its own unique set of metrics, with its own unique set of numbers that tell you a story of what you need to do to make it work even better, how to optimize it. As you can tell, I take this part very seriously because this is where you go from guessing at your business to finally being confident, to finally being sure that you're sure that you're sure. If you don't have this section figured out, if you don't know your numbers, you're actually practicing what we call blind archery. You might think things are working, you might think they're not working. But once you can dial in these details of these numbers, you're no longer practicing a very dangerous game of blind archery, but you can be sure, you can be confident that the effort that you're putting in is delivering a certain result and what you need to do to make that work even better for the long term. And the final step is step number 7, which is scale. Scale the business. All the effort we put in on the front end, all that work that got you here is not the same things that get you there. This is really where the coaching comes in. You need to get beyond what we know from our experience and then finally lean on the coaching, lean on those who have been there, lean on those who have seen the successes for themselves and to help you go where you're trying to go, to your ultimate destination, your ultimate goal, your ultimate vision for your life, for your family, for your farm, for your ranch. That takes a special type of program, which is why we highly recommend if you're a farmer or a rancher looking to sell direct to consumer, increase revenue, build the farm or ranch of your dreams, leave a lasting legacy, you need to consider applying for Customers on Demand. So we've talked about the principles behind selling straight from your farm or ranch. We've talked about the 4 pillars of direct to consumer sales. We even talked about the 7 steps to 7 figures that our best private clients have used to break the 6 and 7 figure barrier in their direct to consumer meat sales. So what's actually in Customers on Demand? What's in our private coaching program? Well, inside you'll get immediate access to a library of content. It's 9 sections that walk you through logically step by step and how to build out your direct to consumer system. And within those 9 sections, there's actually over 125 how-to videos taking you from every aspect, showing you exactly what you need to do to implement the system on your own. But this isn't one of those deals where you invest your money and you never hear from anybody ever again. This is truly a coaching program, and this is really what separates any other learning tool in the industry from what we're doing. We actually have a team of coaches that you'll be meeting with weekly, sometimes 2 to 3 times a week, to walk you through, to troubleshoot what you're working on, to help you with the unique challenges that you're facing in your business, and to really help you build this thing for yourself. Beyond access to the content, beyond access to our coaching team, we host regular workshops each month with the leading experts in the industry. So far, we've heard from people like Joel Salatin, Will Harris, Alan Williams, Gabe Brown, and so many people that you're probably already familiar with. And the good news is you have replay access. This sits inside of the content library for you to access over and over again. The final part of the program is our community. We have a community of hundreds of farmers and ranchers on the same path as you, some at the same place you are, and some who are at a different pace, who have already started to see success within our program. It's a great place for you guys to bounce off ideas together, for you to troubleshoot, for you to share your experiences and encourage one another. People love the community. In fact, many people have said that the community portion is worth the investment alone. And we know that's to be true because so many of us in the industry approach our business like the Lone Ranger. But I want you to know this. One is too small of a number for greatness. If you're going to be truly great at anything you do, especially in business, it takes a network of people to encourage you, to support you, to share ideas with, and to just not be alone on the journey to excellence. Here at Farm Rebel, we have invested heavily into the deliverable, into the product side here of the coaching program. And so you can be confident that we are bringing the best information within the industry related to customer acquisition, shipping, fulfillment, marketing. We are truly invested into helping make your business successful on your terms. Part of that is making sure that everything that we teach has been researched, developed, vetted, tested over and over again, so that you can be sure of your results. We're not guessing, we're not speculating. Everything we teach has been proven to work for hundreds of producers just like you. So you know that when you come in and we make a recommendation or you learn something in the content library, that you're actually putting together something that is going to deliver results for you. It's important to us that as challenging as any business can be, that we've made this as simple of a process as possible. Every part of the program that we've developed was developed with ranchers in mind, those who want to sell more of their product direct to consumers. So we know that sometimes you're coming in straight off the farm and having to buckle down and get some marketing done. And we want to make sure that process is as simple for you as it could possibly be, backed by our experience, backed by the help of our team. Customers on Demand is a 6-month coaching program. And within that 6 months, on average, we see producers generate $64,000. Now, what does that really mean? That means we have some people who invest in the program and never log in, never show up to their coaching calls, and never do a thing with it. In fact, there's a lot of people in every industry who do things like that, right? They get excited about something, they invest in it, and then they kind of slap at it. They never really focus and put in the work to see the results, right? That's just true of the human condition. That's human nature. But then there's other people who get outsized results because they put in that time, effort, energy, they focus, they become obsessed, they run after their goals and they take them very seriously. Those clients see incredible results. Those clients see above and beyond that $64,000 within 6 months. Now, obviously, this isn't a guarantee. I'm not throwing out numbers that are there to excite you. But the fact of the matter is, when you take the number of clients who've been through our program and you divide that by their revenue, we have seen some pretty incredible results, which is why we're confident that we can help you build the farm or ranch of your dreams. That's why we've actually been around for a while too. We're not a fly-by-night internet marketing company. We're a true coaching program that has been around since 2016. and have gotten results year after year for hundreds of clients. In fact, right now, we're over 400 clients who have been through Customers on Demand, and they've generated more than $60 million in revenue, which is incredible. It's more than most people could ever imagine is possible selling farm-to-table meat direct to consumer. We're confident we can get results with you. Some families see results within the first few weeks of enrollment. Others slowly learn the principles and are taking the longer term approach where they want to soak in all the principles, they want to absorb the information, and then over time start implementing it. However you prefer to learn, however you prefer to set goals, we want to help you reach your goals. We want to help you achieve your destination, not necessarily what's right for other farmers, for other families, or even our desire for your business. We want to help you grow your business on your terms. Imagine what would be possible for your family, for your farm or ranch, for your future generations, if you could get the customer acquisition part of selling direct to consumer figured out. By the way, these principles have been around, not just the time of the internet, not just for the amount of time that we've been marketing on the internet. These principles are solidly and squarely based in direct response marketing, which has been around since the late 1800s. As I've mentioned, we've helped well over 400 families do this exact thing with our coaching program. Now the question is, what kind of results have some of these clients gotten? What were some of the things that they've achieved, that they've done? When you speak with somebody from our team, they're going to share with you some of those results. We don't like to share them publicly for the privacy of these farmers and ranchers, but we do have some things we want to show you. But I'll tell you this, we have seen everyone from a 17-year-old who generated over $160,000 in his first year of business, to a 20-year-old who took her family farm to breaking the 7-figure barrier for the first time. We've even seen homeschool moms bring their husbands home from off-farm jobs to making several $1,000,000 a year. Now, these numbers are crazy, right? They sound almost ridiculous, almost like hyperbole. And part of us, if we haven't seen that success for ourselves, we think, yeah, right. So while we'll show you some of these clients and the successes that they've had, what I want you to determine is, what is success for you? Is it adding an extra 10 grand a month? Is it another 30 grand a month? What does success look like for your family and for your operation? And just know, any situation that you're currently in, we've had a client take that same situation and win with it. So we're confident we can help you build the same thing for yourself. And just like everything in life, this is obviously much easier said than it is done. That's why it takes an entire team of coaches to help you get there. Customers on Demand is one of those things where if you're willing to work it, it will work for you. So what is the next step for you? If what you're hearing sounds like something you want to explore a little bit more for you, your family, or your farm or ranch, I'd recommend booking a call with our team to discover where you're at, where you would like to be, and how we can help you get there on your terms. And that starts with clicking the button below and scheduling your call with one of our team members. This is a breakthrough call where we're going to help you break through some mindsets to ultimately help you break through some barriers so that you can start seeing the results that you and your family deserve selling a premium product direct to consumer. Here's the thing though, our time and our team is a limited resource. We put so much into serving our clients to help their businesses thrive that we can only accept a few new members at a time. Hundreds of people a day actually see this message. That's the investment that we're putting behind what we do here. And so I'd recommend, if this sounds like something you're interested in, you're gonna wanna go ahead, click the button under this video, book a call with the team, and somebody will reach out to you at your designated time and really start to walk you through what it could look like if you started to increase your revenue, build the farm or ranch of your dreams, and leave behind a lasting legacy for generations. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a ton of value out of our time here together. Before we go, I want to leave you with a final question. I want you to ask yourself, where will you, your family, your farm, or your ranch be in 6, 12, 18 months from now and beyond if you don't decide to take action today?